Hey, what's up gamers, this is Skull Mystic. Today we're going to talk about jewels, those sparkly little wonders that make our lives so much easier, unless of course we're in PvP, and then maybe it makes our lives a little bit harder. What we're going to do is have ourselves a rundown of the top 10 coolest jewels out there, based on fan votes and, well, maybe with a little bit of my own opinion peppered in there. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to go from 10 up to the top jewel of all. Alright, let's start ourselves off with this interesting little nubbin right here. This is the cracked Phishing Opal plus 5. So far as I know, the only places you can get this right now are in the Death and the Ice School jewel packs. But the good part is you can stack 3 or 4 of these on your gear and never ever ever have to use a fishing luck potion again. So you might spend a little bit of crowns to get it, but in the long run, I do believe this is a very useful jewel because it's going to save you from having to buy those luck potions if you really want to catch some of the good fish. Alrighty, let's go moving on to jewel number 9. This is one that is a personal favorite, even though I don't particularly use it. I really think it's a nice gesture by KingsIsle, and it really helps out the younger players if you can get one. Number 9 is the Gold Miner Jewel. So far as I know, and on drops, you can get this out of Perot's Pet Pack. You can get this from, I do believe, the Jade Oni and Cronus and the White Razors. So you can get this either as a drop or out of the pack, which is really handy, because you can't do that on some of the other jewels. Alright, and this is, by the way, is a pet jewel, as you can see. So you can only stack on one, but hey, 10% gold is better than no percent extra gold now, isn't it? Moving on to jewel number 8. Let me find a good place to park just so I can talk about this jewel, because I love these jewels, personally. Here it is. I have the Storm Jewel up here because, well, it's my school. The Morgue Jewels. They come in every flavor of every flavor under the sun. We'll call it that. And there's one for each type. That means there's one for each type of school. You can get these out of each respective school jewel pack. You know, balance for balance, storm for storm, etc. And these aren't really super great in my opinion, but they are. The coolness factor is high. The actual useful factor, especially whenever you can do so much more damage with other things. In any case, though, it's always cool to see this cast out whenever you can afford to cast it out, because, well, it's good to know that Morgant doesn't have a whole corner on the market of coolness and spells. Alrighty, let's see. Moving on to number 7, and this one it really is a personal favorite, and for a good reason. Number 7 is this one. The Meadowlarks Onyx. You can get this in a couple of different types, but so far as I know, this is the only jewel. I'm not sure you guys can correct me about this one. This is the only jewel I've gotten for it. They have the Life Onyx, or the Life Onyx, the Life Cyclops, and things like that on other gear, but this is the only jewel that I've seen. So I'm not sure if there's other school jewels for this Cyclops or not. However, one of the great things about this jewel, not only does it do damage, but it adds something after the fact. Whenever you're in PvP, you always, if you can get it, want to have something that not only hits and does some damage, but it gives you a bonus after the fact. You know, that's why so many people use Lore Master, because it does its damage and puts those negs up, which is a great thing. So let's see. We will move on to the next jewel up the line. The next jewel up the line, let's go behind the fire tree here, talk about this jewel. The next one's up, it's actually a combination because I couldn't really decide on this one. The Lustrous Pimp and the Lustrous Accuracy Jewels. At 10 and 11% respectively. These jewels are a must in PvP. Whenever you're trying to buff out the rest of your things, you know, you've got your gear all stacked up to do pierce or to do damage or what have you, and you're just a little bit short, especially whenever you're short on accuracy. You tuck that little bad boy in there and it fills in the gaps for you just like concrete in between bricks. Perfect thing all the time. Same thing with the Accuracy Jewel. Now these jewels will come out of the school packs, but they'll also be dropped by Schmo and Baba Yaga, I think it is, for the Pip Jewel. And let's see, Beastmaster Lotus, or Ludus, whatever his name is, and Minac, I do believe, will drop the Pimp jewels. So that you can get these not only out of the school packs, but you can get them as drops, which is a great thing. Okay, let's see. Moving up to number 5. Perfect place for this. Being as I happen to have an ice blade in hand, perfect thing for this. The dual ice blades. Again, whenever you can have an extra blade to cast or to add to the extra blades that you already have for damage, it is wonderful. Stacking blades up is what we do. If you can find one more blade to stack on there, it might make the difference between a win, a loss, and a death. So, dual blades, always wonderful to have. These come out of, so far as I know, only the school jewel packs. I haven't seen them anywhere else as a drop. No one has mentioned them as a drop anywhere else. So I do believe that right now they only come out of school packs. By all means, guys, if you know where this drop at, share in the comments so that other people will know. Let's get this stuff out there for everyone. Moving up to number 4 on the list. Just like the Morgue jewels, this jewel, the Aura Maycasts, are I lost my train of thought there for a minute. Are really up there in the hype. Anytime you can get an aura, it's great, but anytime you can get a free aura, that's extra great. Cannot go wrong with these, and I really like to see them come out there all the time. These, of course, being part of the hype, only come out of the school jewel packs so far as I know. Again, in their respective school packs is where you'll most likely find the proper aura. Number 3 on the championship countdown. Let me get away from the tree because he's a little bit loud. Number 3 on the countdown is the Polished Resilient Opal. Now, I know you guys are like, why is Resilient Opal up there so high? Well, because stuns are such an important part of PvP these days. They really are. Almost everybody uses stuns who can use stuns. And I have personally, without any other kind of stun block up, blocked a stun with this just one 5% jewel. You never know what a clutch save is going to be until you have it, and then you're like, whew, I'm glad I had that bad boy. So, Polished Resilient Opals are up there at number 3. Let's see. These drop from the Ice, Life, and Winterland packs, and you can get them from the various colored razors, the blue razors, the white razors, the yellow razors, etc., etc., etc. You'll be able to get these resilient stun block jewels from there. Let's move on. I'm going to take up Melinda Wu's doorway for a minute, see if she minds it. Melinda, I have stolen your doorway for a moment. Number 2 on the countdown is, again with the PvP, the various school Pierce jewels at 6%. Pierce, just like Block, has become a thing because, well, they have beat the crap out of Critical, pretty much. So Pierce has become the thing. Pierce and damage. Damage and Pierce. Get as much Pierce on there as you can. You can stack these bad boys up. You can have 18% extra Pierce. And believe you me, that means something when you're trying to whack somebody down. It most certainly does. You can get the school Pierce jewels from any of the school jewel packs. And, again, the various razors will drop these Pierce. Now, mind you, on all these drops, just like everything else that King's Isle does, they are not frequent drops. You may go all day and not get one of these jewels to drop. However, they really are in the drop table, and if you get mad and you persist and you grab those razors by the side of their head and slam them down a few times, you'll eventually get your Pierce jewels. Eventually. That's how I got mine. Now, that brings us to number 1, my very, very favorite jewels of all time. Can you guys guess what they are? Okay, you had your chance to guess. This is what they are. That's right, you got it. The Ultra Pet Energy Jewels and the Gear Energy Jewels. Energy is a big thing in this game. Energy is used for so much stuff. Fishing, gardening, pet training, and just for looking pretty too. If you can stack up energy, you can do anything. Energy now is approaching 260. I do believe it's over 250 for a max right now for max energy. I have about 240, give or take, whenever I'm stacked up on mine. But put this pet energy jewel together with the gear energy jewels, and you can get up there on the energy table, and you can train whatever you want to train, and just thumb your nose at being out of energy, because it's like you cannot do any better than that. They have the 5% energy jewels for your gear, and they have the up to a 20% ultra energy jewel for your pets. The ultra energy jewels, I know you guys are interested in this, drop from the Jade Oni, from APEP, from the Lore Master, and from a host of other sources, mobs and bosses wise. Thankfully, they've made the areas or places that you can drop these plentiful, even if the drop rate isn't all that plentiful. I've only seen a few of these jewels myself, and I think I only have one for that matter, which is on this character's pet. So if you can get an ultra pet energy jewel, match that with a Dapper Corgi pet, and you will have almost a 30 energy boost right off the bat. I think it's 28, right off the bat to your energy table, and you cannot go wrong ever with a 240 or 250 energy rating. Alright guys, that is the top 10 jewels too cool for schools. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash down on the like button because it really helps me out. And until next time, this is Skeletal Mystic reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up gamers, this is Skeletal Mystic. Welcome to another edition of Fact vs. Fail, where we separate true from false, the absolute gospel from downright rotten dirty lies. Today, I am here in the haunted cave, mostly because, well, I kind of like the atmosphere. It's got that dark, dingy kind of thing going on.